Good evening, everyone. We will start in 2 minutes. Let's wait a few more minutes to other participants to join the webinar. Please wait a few minutes. Let's people join. Okay, we waited 2 minutes for the participant to join, and now the participants are started joining. I think it's the right time to start. And my name is Raghu Ramamurthy, and I'm a growth lead at Lystloc. I've been working in this industry more than 15 years as helping startups, small businesses, small and medium level businesses to get growth, right? And I have been consulting to a lot of startups, and I found that the field force that comes into managing or operating that field teams, right? And whenever I set up with an entrepreneur or a sales manager, one thing I'm usually hear that my team is working hard and we are working hard, but we are not able to achieve that result that we are planned to achieve, right? So when I'm looking into that, when I'm asking more questions, I figured it out, right? They are working, they are not planning, they are not strategically planning, they are not strategically working, but they put a lot of effort into that. That's no doubt about it. So, okay, so when the field force is working hard, but they are not achieving, they are burned out each and every day, right? I check in that what would be the reasons, right? So I check that they are constantly, they are in the travel, right? They are facing the rejection continuously, and they are not able to achieve the target sets by the management. The management doing a lot of micromanagement each and every day, and asking the proof of the visit or completion of the meetings or the meeting outputs, and no proper support for the field sales team to showcase the effort to that management, that effort they put into the field, right? But because management are mostly seeing the output, not the effort that the field team is putting into the field. And finally, the lack of appreciation. And the list is growing. The list is growing each and every day. Discuss with the founder or entrepreneur. The list is growing. But we have uh, categorize that into three major categories of travel effort and heavy admin workload or accountability confusion. So whatever your field force issues is comes under any one of these three categories. So, what is a burnout? The burnout is not a laziness or it's not a lack of incentives, right? The burnout is the team putting that effort by heart, but they are not able to achieve the result. So it automatically kills their confidence. It automatically kills everyone confidence in the team, and they are changing the management. They are changing their employees. They are changing the strategy, but they are not putting the perfect plan how to get out of the burnout and achieve the result. So today we are going to be discussing about all the three burned out categories of the field force team and how we can overcome that, how we can achieve high profitability, high wins in the field force teams. Okay. Okay. So here's a quick poll. We will start with a quick poll. In your team, right? What's burned out your field force team? whether it's travel or it's reporting or it's a micromanagement or want to do a lot of admin work or it's fake reports that you wanted to avoid it from your management team, right? So what is your burnout category? You may just provide your categories A, B, or C, D. If you have something else, if you have a special category, you may type it in the comment section, right? And our team monitoring it, and we will discuss about it, how you can overcome that in the later part of the call. Okay. Let's start with the travel. Okay. So just imagine a field executive, right? And every day he started the day with a full of energy, and he report to the management as he going to be do this. You want to meet five or six business calls, right? And he provide end of the day result. But what the management is looking, he visited five or six business calls in the entire 8 hours, right? Maybe the call would take a 15 minutes or 20 minutes, right? What that guy is doing in the next 4 hours, that the management is not looking. The next 4 hours is also very important because the remaining 4 hours is where he traveled, right? Where he traveled, where he put his lot of effort, right? So that is field executives always complaining that we are traveling in the under the hot sun or the heavy rain in the heavy jacked jacked traffic city. We are traveling south to north, east to west, but the management only seeing the meetings that we are attending. They are not seeing that effort we put to attend the meeting, to complete the meeting. Uh, and also it happens with the last minute changes, right? When he's in the north, the manager assign a lead to the south, right? And the final minute he asks to go and attend a customer at the end of the day. This all these things makes an executive to make him to travel more than his competencies, right? So that the big and the first energy drainer in the field being found out. Okay, if you have any one of that problem, any one of the checklist in your team, you have to think about to how to get over from the travel burnout, right? If you feel that your team is full day working, no progress, right, or no closures, or they are not giving that perfect planning, they submit one plan, but they are travel something else, right? And if a field team always complaining, like I said, I do a lot of work, but management only see the meetings numbers, not that effort I put for the travels. Definitely, I would say that this is you are in the ever-ending loop of travel burned out. You have to plan your executives travel. You have to help them to get out of that chaos to make the travel more effectively and more productively. Okay, the second one is admin workload. Any industry, any day, if you sit with any manager, if you ask 4 questions, right, to help them to get their more productivity, the one thing I see across all the industry in my entire career is the admin overworkload. Whether they track that unwanted number or they didn't track the number that has to be tracked, right? Or it's a fake report, or it's a duplicate report, right? Or the admins doing that postman job. They are getting updated from the team and and passing over to the managers or the bosses. They are not making that report, which can gives them an actionable insights to take actions, right? To optimize the process, helping them to get productivity, understanding that effort where the team lacks in it. So to in order to get it right, the the measured insight has to be measured. What is the right activity or what is the right data has to be measured. That has to be measured. But most of the time, management only measure that outcome, that closures or the volume of the business only measured in order to measure the process, right? So there's a major point out, and this is the checklist. You can see them if any one of it's in your organization. I can definitely tell you that you guys are not measuring the right parameter or the right data to make your field sales team to get productive. Okay. And third pillar is accountability issues, right? In the sales, it's happened always, right? maybe when it comes into B2B mostly, right? The B2B sales is right. The business decision is not made by one person. It's a group of stakeholders. Maybe the CFO or the CEO, CTO, COO, two or three people combine making decisions, and everyone have a different parameters while analyzing the quotations, right? So in order to doing that, more number of people, multiple people involved from the sales team as well. So what happens at the time, right? Who tracks what? Who has to do the update? Who has to do the follow-up? Or what follow-up? Who has to provide it, right? What report? Who has to send it? Who has to send the quotation? Who has to send the demo? Who want to send to the invoice? Who want to send to the training materials, right? So that accountability issues always happening inside that organizations, always happening that. And moreover that, and I have seen that if you have a more number of leads to follow, sometimes manager doesn't know that who follow what lead, whom do I get this update, right? If you're asking someone, they are pointing out to someone else. They are pointing out to someone else. Or they may give him an update 2 days back one thing, and after 2 days they may say, tell you something else. So the proper follow-up system is needed, and who responsibility for what, that has to be defined across that organization. So without it, no accountability means no growth. That usually happens. So if your organization falls any one of it's like a multiple owners doing the same task, or you are chasing your team manually, calling them or sending them WhatsApp message and asking them what's happening, where are you, how you are doing, and you need to be explained each and every time to the team how it has to be done and when it has to be done, right? So that's not going to be work out. That's one what only will train your admins or the managers or the team, right? It's not help you to get productivity growth. Okay, now we know that how the burnout is happening, right? So that the team is exhausting, and you are firing the manager or firing the team, and you are hiring the new one, or you are putting more people into that, or you are hiring a lead generation agency, and you are doing everything, but you are not able to get it. That means you are in burnout. You are not in that hard effort. You are putting all the hard effort, but you are not putting it in the right direction. So now back into that, how you can change that burned out into your productivity wins. Let's talk about it. If a field team is in the field, if a manager not need to call to the field team, and a manager can know what is happening in the field, each and every team, each and every field team member, what they are, where they are, and how they are doing it. It's a great advantage for the managers to understand what they are doing, and also it's helped the field team from that micromanagement, because they just update using a perfect system, updating it, how it, what they are doing and how they are doing, so that they are not need to be disturbed by the managers or the management. And it's also helped the field team to showcase their effort, not only the output of that sales, instead of that, what is that effort they are putting into the system. We mostly target about the end result. Most of the time, we forget about the process, right? We do not we shouldn't be greedy. We should have to focus on the target, but we shouldn't be greedy. We have to believe in the process, right? Any entrepreneur, any successive entrepreneurs, any coaches, entrepreneur coaches, if you go on any TED talks, right, always tells them, put up a strategic planning, following it up discipline, right? And do the process, follow the process. It helps you to bring the numbers to your table. If you skip the process, if you're focusing only in numbers, if you forget to follow the process, your numbers will never come to your table. It will be never attainable. So we have to have a defined process, visible process, that helps to understand the process, evaluating the process, that will help you to get out of the burned out and achieving the results. Okay, so how you can achieving it? With this one of our product called Lystloc, as most of you guys know that, right? We are working in the field team productivity growth platform in the last 9 years. That interesting story is that we are not inventing, our CEO is not inventing or has an idea to develop the product in the first time. He has something else, and when we are working on that, we wanted to track our own field team. When we designed this tool for our internal purposes. When our CEO discussed with his friends, and he told that I want the same. So we think about that. Why don't we sell that tool to the world? How the tool is invented, how we started this business, and this is going to be our main tool now. This is the main broad now we are doing that, right? Okay, so how you Lystloc helps the field team productivity. Let's we run a 1 minute video how Lystloc works. This will help you to understand how Lystloc works. Okay, so the video you can see that flow, right? Let take a view of it. Let's run. I will explain in the later part how it works. Okay, so until then, if you see that right in the tool, right? So in the beginning, right? We have it like this is the attendance marking. When the team start the day, right? They don't need to, the manager don't need to call to the field team, or the team needs to call to the manager and update about what they are going to do in the day. Instead of that, they can just mark the attendance through that application, right? And that application ask that questions or the forms, right? These forms you can design, you can customize as per your organization, operation process or the sales process. And what are the things you get it in the everyday planner? You can, that way you can customize the form and you can get the questions, you can get that input from the team about their plan and it's automatically sent to the admin or the manager of the team. Okay. So once the team fill up it and the manager will get the attendance, what they are doing at the day, right? And yes, this is how they can see that the manager can see that what is happening and what that employee is logged in at the day and he going to be started here. So this help you to understand, okay, he started the day, particular time at a particular location, and the notes helps him to understand what is that day plan, right? So once it's completed, he knows the executive start the day. He don't need to call, and the executive don't need to call. That complete manual process is cut off, right? That complete micromanagement is cut off. It's completely automated, and also the attendance has been marked. It will help to the payroll to process that payroll, who are all working on the day, who are all not worked on the day. It's also be automated through the tool. Okay? And once once that executive reaches to the customer place, he can do a check-in activity, right? Through the check-in, field executive inform to the manager, right? I'm reaching that customer place. Now I'm going to be meet that customer. So manager knows, yes, he's in the customer place. He started the meeting. He or she not needed to call or send a WhatsApp message to verify whether the executive reaches the customer place or started the meeting. And what kind of the meeting it is, what is the customer's name, and what is the purpose of the meeting, right? Everything has been marked through the system. So the manager has a full visibility what the team is doing and how they are doing. And once the check-in, once the meeting is completed, right, the executives will do the checkout. Do the checkout. The checkout will show the managers he completed the meeting and what is the outcome of the meeting, whether it's a follow-up or the quotation, right, or when the follow-up has to be happen. So it's clearly update to the task, when and what, who has to do, and where the meeting is, the outcome of the meeting, and everything has been marked here. So it helps the manager to see the progress of the meeting, right? There is no manual update needed, and the manager not need to be call every day, end of the day, and getting that update, or the field team not needed to call and update what's happened in the day, and there is no need of asking the proof of that meeting, submit of the meeting, and everything, right? This is the way an executive can show that effort to the management, and the management can understand that effort in a systematic way. So that's been completely systematically they can get it. So the automated way, you not only know this system is not only supporting for tracking the team's check-in, check-out, the customer meeting. It also tracks how many hours they are in the customer place, how many hours they are spending on the travel, right? They are spending on the travel to meet the customer places. So the management can understand that he spent 4 hours, 3 hours in the travel. So we can plan how many hours needed to attend how many meetings. It helps the management to plan the meetings, also providing that valuable appreciation for the travel as well. And we always have a beautiful case studies, right? And I have a whenever I implemented a system, I provided a strategy. Always I hear the excuses from that team, right? These are the two beautiful case studies. One is KK right? KK is a rice manufacturer, and one of my current customer told that when I'm introducing the system, they told him that our people are not so educated, they are not able to use that application. I'm telling you guys, KK Ram's all executives are 50 plus year old people. When they start the application, using their application, they are 41 or 42, 43, right? So they are using it perfectly, and the company is growing. That's why they are with us in the last 8 years, right? So if KKRAM can use it with the 50 plus year executives can use our application, any company can use that application. And whether it is supports for only the startups, no. We have another one side is the BBL medical devices. They are one of the giant in the medical devices industry in India. They have a 14 offices, 600 plus employees nationwide. We support their field teams to track, and we help their field team productivity growth. So that's the success that Lystloc has over the last 9 years, right? And you may have queries and questions to ask us how your field team is facing the challenges. Now it's open for questions, yeah, and you may send your questions now. If any have questions, you may raise your questions, guys. Anybody has any questions? Hi, Hitaja. We have seen that your appreciation, and if you have any issues you are currently facing with your field teams, may open up, and we will provide how you can overcome the challenges. And the Lystlog is not only providing that location tracking, right? We are also comes with that inbuilt mobile AI CRM. I think this is India. It is a first field team AI CRM comes with that location data. So it helps not only to track your customers, it also helps you to understand how many visits required to convince a customer. Let's say if you met a customer 5 times or 7 times, right? No CRM in the industry gives you the data, how many visits you put your effort to make a conversion, a customer, right? But Listlock provides us data. It helps you to understand that efforts involved in a conversion, not only about the customer stages, not only about the days it takes, it's also track how many visits it takes to convert a customer. And yeah, like that, it has a lot of features. It also works in offline. Maybe your business, your customers lies in rural areas, and you may ask that if not internet connection, how Listlock works, right? We support in offline as well. So your field executive do all the activities without internet, and once they back to internet, what are the activities they performed in that offline with the date and time? it will be pushed into the system so you can have a full visibility of that too. So Lystloc is not only solves the one problem of that field, the post burnout, it also helps you to attendance, task management, leave management, and customer relationship management. So what is needed to run a field force team except it? That's the only question we have. Okay, guys, thank you for your time and your support. If you have any queries or any questions, you may send it to sales@listlock.com. And I can, okay. So can I get the reports on a daily or weekly basis? Yes, we can. You can get the reports daily, weekly, fortnight, monthly, or if you wanted into 70 days once also, you can do, we can support for the customized reports, right? So based on your requirement, our team will support you to provide the reports. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for your support. And if you have any queries, you may send it to sales@listlock.com at any time. And our team will respond to you immediately to help your field team to get more productivity. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.